When John Warden joined Transformers, we immediately were subjected to a 5-year-long period of pure, concentrated G1 in every single line, with maybe one or two characters from other continuities to sort of break it up, which is why I prefer to call it classic style opposed to generations. However, near the very end, we got a glimpse of hope. And that glimpse of hope was a rat. Hello guys, welcome to a new review, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Kingdom Core Class Rattrap. Starting off in rat mode, Rattrap looks absolutely immaculate. The proportions are way better than the Thrilling 30 version in my opinion, and some people may say he looks a little more like a mouse, but honestly I'm not seeing it. But yeah, the fur detailing is done incredibly well. It's done in very light relief. It's not overly deep like on the Thrilling 30 version, which some people may not like, but it's generally more accurate to what actual rodent fur is like, which is generally a lot smoother and not very coarse. Little ears, which I'm glad they're not overly huge. Face is absolutely adorable. A little shine in the eye. Nice little fade on his snout. Cute little rat nose. And, of course, the tail, which is not painted, but I honestly don't care, considering what it has to do in transformation, and not to mention just, I don't care. His feet, his little peats, are painted. And for articulation, he really only has bit of up and down in the tail, and ball joints at the hind legs, which is more for transformation. In the way of kibble, really the only obvious kibble are kind of his hips, hanging down from the underbelly, the fists near the rear, and yeah, most of it is just undercarriage, but you're not going to see that very much. Anyway, because, yeah, he can't even do the whole standing up thing due to his extreme lack of articulation. Like, you can kinda pull it off, but since the tail doesn't go so far, he'll always end up falling over. That's one thing I kinda wish he could do, but honestly, I'm not too torn about it. Besides, his head pops out the back anyway. So, yeah. On to size comparison. Here he is with his Wavemate Vertebrake, and, yeah, this is a little out of scale considering that this is a Draco Rex, but it's core class. I really don't care. Scale has never really been a huge deal at this whole size, class, and price point, so, yeah. They look nice together. I think they're a good-looking wave. Here he is with Titan's Return Chrome Dome, and what was it that I was saying about scale? Yeah, Transformers doesn't care about scale when it comes to beasts. This would be an absolute monster rat. And even in the show, he is still kind of a monster rat, so, yeah, generally, he looks fine, but he doesn't really scale well with car formers. Here he is with Thrilling 30 Rattrap. And, yeah, major size difference. This is essentially Legends. This is a deluxe. I honestly prefer the core class version. Its proportions and stylizing are much more realistic, which, yeah, this was definitely going for a more stylized look. There are a few things that I do kind of prefer with the Thrilling 30, such as the fade on the rear. In addition, the Thrilling 30 had the wire tail. But honestly, I don't like that. It will rip over time, and luckily mine has not ripped. But yeah. In addition, Kingdom also handles kibble a lot better, and it's far more flush. So yeah. So, Rattrap's rat mode is a solid little rodent. It's fun to mess around with. It looks good. It is probably the best that his rat mode has looked. It doesn't look overly monstrous like the original Beast Wars Basic. It doesn't look out of proportion like the Thrilling 30 Deluxe. And overall, I would say it was perfect if the tail was painted, and he had the fade that the Thrilling 30 version has. Lack of articulation I can kind of forgive, and in general, he's a solid little Legends alt mode. Anyway, on to transformation. Rattrap's robot mode is near perfect. It looks almost exactly like the show model, which is surprisingly kind of a rarity for Kingdom. Now, he of course does have some differences. I believe his torso is a little bit slimmer. The color is a little more muddy than it is in the show. It's a bit more bronzy in the show than it is here. But generally, overall, I think he looks fantastic. The head sculpt is perfect, basically. I love the metallic paint used on his little brain in there. I love how he has red eyes, which is a bit of a departure for most good guys. The tiniest little faction symbol on his forearms. And overall, he just looks amazing for his size. For accessories, he comes with one. His tiny little rifle right here, which can be stored on the hip of his rat mode. So we just put it in his little hand. And yeah. Articulation is pretty good. Ball joints at the head. Ball joints at the shoulders. However, it's kind of a weird setup, and they like to swing down a bit since they don't tab into place. Ball joint at the elbow. Very tight, which is very nice. Ball jointed hips. Bend at the knee. A boot cut ball joint. And then ball jointed ankles. Generally, some absolutely fantastic articulation for his size. And if this is how most core classes are going to be, I'm pretty excited. On to size comparison. Here he is with Rattrap. Once again, they look absolutely fantastic next to each other. He's a little taller than her in this mode, but not by much. And generally, I think as just two little pint-sized rivals, I think they look good together, and I think they work well together. Once again, pretty solid looking little wave. Here he is with Chrome Dome, and yeah, core classes are actually quite small. I think they're about a head shorter than older Legends, maybe a little taller than that, but they're still tiny. I was honestly surprised at how small they are, but that doesn't make them any less worthy. They are, and you can see they look pretty good together, these two. And here he is with Thrilling 30 Rattrap, and yeah, it's kind of a 9-day difference. This guy's ears look significantly better. They don't get in the way constantly. Head sculpt is infinitely better on the Kingdom version. Color, I prefer much more on the Kingdom version. Proportions are infinitely better, and overall, I feel like even at a smaller price point, this is a significantly better figure than this. So generally, Rattrap is an absolutely fantastic little figure. He's super fun to transform, his articulation is great, he looks great in both modes, and overall, I feel he's a great start to the core class. It seems that beasts are kind of getting to be scarce in core class since it has a lot of G1 characters, but I really do hope we get more, and I hope they are to this quality. Apparently we are getting some in Cyberverse, which I am really looking forward to. So yeah, if you can find this guy, pick him up. He is beyond pretty much any other figure in his size class. He is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!